as the crowds at Oracle Arena look to cheer on the hometown Warriors. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. As we take a look here at David Lee, guys, what do you think?
Well, I'm a big fan of David Lee, fellas. I mean, you look at the way he's progressed in his career. Each season he's found a way to improve, and now he's become one of the better passing forwards in the NBA. I just like what he does because he can figure out ways to win each and every night.
I think a lot of it just has to do with him feeling right at home with the ball on the block. If you double, he'll find the open man, and if you don't, he'll square up and go into his move. He just finds a way to be productive on offense.
Looking at the last game for the Cleveland Cavaliers, it was a loss to the Wizards. And boy, they really got humiliated at home. They got flat out dominated in that game, guys.
Yeah, they really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game, guys. In terms of their offense, nothing seemed to go right.
And once they started spiraling downward, there was no getting out of it, Steve. Their scoring just went dry.
Irving kicks to Waiters. Back to Irving. There's the triple. David Lee comes up with the rebound.
Well, a lot of people thought Steph Curry should have been an all-star last season. But he still made his mark, the most threes ever in the season. And not just a gunner, but he also became the first player in NBA history to average over 3 triples and 6 assists a game.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Pass to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. Bogut backing him down. Bynum with the block. Pass to Waiters. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And together as a tandem last season, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson crushed the record for most three-pointers in a season, Steve. 483 combined threes.
What an incredible young combination in the backcourt. Thompson played in the rookie-sophomore game, and Curry was actually snubbed from the All-Star game, but he did win Western Conference Player of the Month in April. First Warrior to win a Player of the Month honor since Chris Mullin back in 1990.
Waiters. The shot is off, so Golden State will take it the other way. Here, matched up against Cleveland, is how they'll kick off the new season.
Last season, they had a very easy time with this club, and of course, being East versus West, they only got to face them twice, but I'm sure they wish they had them on the schedule more often.
Thompson passes to Curry. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Mike Brown. What's the news there, Doris?
He said one of the key points for them defensively will be limiting the production of David Lee, adding he's a guy who can score inside and out, plays with great energy, and his passing really opens up their whole offense. We've got to keep him off the glass and always see ball and man when he's got it. Basketball 101, Kevin. We'll see if they can execute.
Thanks, Doris. Steve was talking before we got into that little segment there about playing them more, and it was 2 games last year, 2 wins. It's probably a safe assumption they've got a lot of confidence heading into this first meeting, Clark, this year.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, they appear to be at opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of talent. But nothing's ever a sure thing, Kevin. That's why we play the game.
I like that. Good.
Well, Iguodala is just a scary athlete, Kevin. Even among NBA players, he stands out in that regard. Incredibly long, active, fast, quick laterally, and that's why he's so good defensively.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a terrific defender, and with his ball handling ability, he's able to penetrate and finish creatively at the rim, too.
And Cleveland making a change here. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Bynum. Bennett comes in for Tristan Thompson. Earl Clark's checked in for Alonzo G. And it's C.J. Miles in for Dion Waiters.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Bennett with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That is his first foul of the game. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Now, here's Bennett. Spates on him. 11 feet away. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Anthony Bennett, 6'8", 240 out of UNLV. Incredibly explosive and athletic. A multifaceted scorer. Shot 38% from long range with the Runnin' Rebels in his 1 season in college, but also an excellent finisher in the paint.
Now here's Barnes, averaging 9 points per contest. Dish out to Bazemore. The feet to Barnes. Douglas. An absolute pound from three-point range. Douglas has got himself on the board with 3 there. And for Bennett Clark, he's a guy teams could slot in at either the small forward or I guess even the power forward position.
Well, you consider the wingspan. 7'1", allows him to play bigger than his height would suggest. And I've always said it's not how tall you are, it's how big do you play.
Right.
And his skill set allows him to play on the perimeter, too.
But they'll get another chance.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
Yeah, and even though it's early, I mean, that's a great sign for them for the rest of the game.
Good on the shot.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
He dishes it to Bazemore. Shoots from the baseline. Here's O'Neal, and the layup's good off the glass. O'Neal's got his first basket of the night.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
It's a tie game here in Oakland. And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
And this team has done a nice job on the glass. I think that's how they've built this lead. They've been very physical, really established a presence in the paint.
Well, they've chased down those balls. As soon as they've hit the iron, they've been chasing them down. That's been a solid effort by them.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. Dion Waiters and Earl Clark on the perimeter. Inside, it's Bennett and Verja. And it's Jack in at the 1.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close. Well, the Cavs really didn't have a lot of players that demanded attention on defense last year. Really, just Kyrie Irving. And when he was out, their offense had no punch.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Gentlemen, it's no secret that the Bay Area loves its basketball. It was made abundantly clear during last year's playoff run, says Steph Curry, saying, quote, "We made it to the conference semifinals and they gave me a key to the city." The key to the city? For the semis. If we'd won a title, they'd have put a statue of Coach Jackson on top of the bridge. That statue might not be too far off the way they are collecting talent, Kev.
You can tell they've made a big impression. Thanks, Doris. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Thompson's checked in. And for the Cavs, Cleveland managing just 6 wins out of the 30 games they had out of conference.
Well, when you can only win 6 games against the West, I mean, there's a pretty good chance you're going to finish at the bottom of the East. I thought injuries really derailed the Cavs season, but they weren't ready to go out on the road and beat better Western teams. Too many young players on the team who just didn't understand the NBA yet.
Jack dishes to Bennett. Spates on him. Fades. It's rebounded by Bazemore.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. And, of course, there's the Warriors tied up with them. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Well, Mike Brown hired back to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I got a chance to know him a little bit when he's an assistant with the Pacers early in his coaching career and was let go by the Cavs back in 2010. Family laid down roots in Cleveland.
Oh, man, that was unreal.
Mark it up. Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, I mean, it's startling that he'd even try that right now.
Feeds it to Iguodala. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Tell you what, I don't know of any players that like to miss time during an NBA season, but no player especially wants to miss time because of a bowling accident. One of the bigger head scratches last season was Bynum's absence because of knocking over some bowling pins.
And for Bynum, that setback with his knees suffered bowling. You don't normally think of bowling as hazardous.
Well, it depends how you play. Personally, I've always felt bowling can be very physical, but I play a different style. I know you probably just roll the ball down the lane.
What do you mean different? What do you mean different style?
I attack the pins. I attack. I'm aggressive as a bowler. You're probably just like you just take the two hands and just kind of gently roll the ball.
Of course, you want to hit my back. Curry kicks to Iguodala, defended by G. Iguodala, the pass to Bogut. Stolen by Thompson. Irving attacking. Kicks it to G. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
You know, it's funny. You look at the Golden State Warriors. They've had the third best home court advantage in the league over the last decade or so. Only the Rocky Mountain teams, Denver and Utah, were better. At Oracle, it's not the altitude, it's the crowd. One of the best in all of the NBA.
Dion Waiters checked in for Jarrett Jack. It's tipped. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Bynum inside. Puts up the baby hook. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. And Clark, as you were saying about the Warriors, they really feed off this home crowd. Steve, you said maybe the best in the NBA.
I think so, just in terms of the support they get, regardless of their success. You think back over the last 16, 17 years, the Warriors have only been in the playoffs twice, and yet the fans are there every single night going nuts. So now that they're a good team, I think this fan base is really going to come alive.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Gentlemen, Steph Curry set the record for most three-pointers in the season last year. Many of them coming in spectacular fashion. Step backs, one-legged pull-ups, you name it. Coach Mark Jackson said, I don't know who second place is for the best shooter in the world, but he has first place tied up. And guys, before it's all said and done, we could be talking about Curry as the greatest shooter of all time.
That's right, Doris. Thanks. Here's Curry. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Irving kicks to Waiters. All sorts of time. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
Yeah, it's something we haven't seen much of at the other end of the floor, though.
And the basket by Curry. Here's Irving. He has 6. He feeds it to G. Iguodala with the block. And the first half is now in the books. Cavaliers. The second half just about to get going here. You have to like what we're seeing from Andrew Bynum.
Well, guys, what he gives this team is an edge. I mean, he gets into the arena, he just lights it up, and I thought that first half he really had it rolling.
You know, he doesn't just give them an edge. He gives them a confidence and a swagger they wouldn't otherwise have. I mean, he's a special player to have around.
Steph, Clay, and Dre on the perimeter. It's Lee and Bogut inside. That's the Warriors' foul. And Bennett throws it down.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yeah, you got that right.
Building through the draft as the Cavs are means you're trying to collect as much young talent as you can, and evidence of that is the fact that the Cavs had 4 representatives in the Rising Stars Challenge last year.
Kevin, what I like about him is that he tends to get hot at the most opportune times. It doesn't matter if it's coming out of a halftime or out of a timeout. He just has a knack for heating up in a hurry.
And Steve, he's earned a nickname that's familiar to anybody that's followed basketball, the microwave. There's no slow build-up with him. All he needs is one shot to go down, and it can set him off, turn him into a real scoring machine. He cooks with gas, not electricity.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Here's Curry. Shot no good. Jack with the defensive effort. And the players, Clark, you mentioned represented in last season's contest. Irving, Thompson, Zeller, Waiters. Definitely something to be happy about when you're seeing that many of your players get a chance to do something like the Rising Stars game, Steve.
Well, and you add the young players this year, and Kasparov, Anthony Bennett. This is a team that's loaded with young talent. It's all about just putting it together. And I think it's going to be fun to watch this team kind of blossom over the next couple of seasons.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. Clock is at 3. Shoots it up. Cans the shot from the wing. Curry's got 5 points in the quarter. Outside Jack. Dishes to Bennett. He's against Lee. Takes the turnaround J. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. 6 points for Anthony Bennett.
And Anthony Bennett, I think, has great potential as maybe an undersized 4 in the NBA. You know, more and more teams are looking for 4 men who can space the floor but also attack. He's got a decent-looking outside stroke, so perhaps he could fill that role for this club.
Jack against Curry. Now here's Waiters. He's got 7. Off with the layup. And for Bennett, you mentioned able to score inside. He is more comfortable, Clark, facing up and scoring with his back to the basket.
Yeah, he's still developing his footwork in the low post, Kevin. His paint buckets come more off of energy and activity. But I think he has the skill to develop that part of his game as long as he's willing to work at it.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
You know, it's always a challenge and a race to get into the playoffs in the West, and the Golden State Warriors were able to do it in large part because they went 19-11 against the Eastern Conference last season. And every win was huge as they secured the 6th seed in the West.
Andrew Bynum's checked in for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson comes in for Bennett. Fades away. Warriors with the rebound. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, they gave away a lot of points at the free throw line in that game. Maybe it was being on the road. Maybe they were just out of sync, but something had them rattled.
Steve, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but clearly the misses from the strike had an impact.
And getting back to the Warriors against the East, they ended up going 500 or better against every division, Steve, in the conference.
Well, they were consistent, no question. And a big part of that was their defense improved so much and their rebounding. That's something that Mark Jackson really emphasized this past season, and it paid off in a big way. Golden State really became a very consistent club.
Irving against Curry. Right side Curry. On the wing, it's Iguodala, defended by Karasov. Just 5 on the clock. Here's O'Neal, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
They're shooting it quite well now. Again, function of shot selection, ball movement. Guys are in rhythm, confident, free-flowing, and they're knocking down their shots.
It's Bynum with the drive. The pass to Karasov. And another miss by Cleveland.
Well, the shot was there for him, and he had to take it. I don't care if he didn't convert. He's got to take that every time.
Iguodala kicks to Curry. Thompson left side. Iguodala outside. And it's Golden State with another.
Well, when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to do it and claw their way back in.
And they fed off their defense just as much as their offense in putting this run together.
Here's Irving, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Now you can tell what the crowd thinks about that call.
Yeah, they erupted as soon as the whistle blew.
And we've reached the end of the third.
The game is back.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort to the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
You also can't overlook how well they defended the rim, as they've challenged virtually every shot in the paint.
And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Irving and Waiters, the guards. Bennett is out there with Alonzo G. And it's Thompson in at the center filling out the middle. Outside Irving. Bennett setting the pick for Irving. Bennett guarded by O'Neal. Bennett with it. O'Neal's there. And that one comes up a bit short.
I think in that situation, that was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
And it's Alonzo G with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
Spates down low. He's covered by Thompson. The offensive rebound. Deflected by Thompson. He kicks to G. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 6th assist on the night.
It's been the story of the game for him. Fortunately, his teammates have bailed him out.
Douglas dishes to O'Neal. He passes to Barnes. The feed to Douglas. Passes it to Bazemore. The dish to Spates. Defended by Bennett. The turnaround jumper. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Irving against Douglas. Irving passes to Waiters. Shot from the wing. No good. Nice D from Bazemore. Warriors trail by 8. Here's Barnes. Oh, what a great finish as he gets bumped on his way up. He'll go to the line and try to check out another.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
You know, it's really hard to say that Lady Luck hasn't been smiling on the Cavs in the past few years. LeBron was lost a few years back, but ever since then, they've had tremendous luck in the NBA draft lottery and had the first overall pick in 2 of the last 3 years.
Wide open look. Perfect on the shot. Swishes it through. And it's 9 points for Dion Waiters. Irving against Curry. Barnes. Back to Curry. Pass to Barnes. Clock at 6. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Going back to what you said about the Cavs, great luck for them indeed with 2 number 1s in 3 years. That's definitely how you turn a franchise around.
Well, you got to make sure you hit on those draft picks. And as of right now, I would say only Kyrie Irving is a sure thing. Dion Waiters, the jury's still out. Tristan Thompson looks like a nice player. He's getting better. And we'll find out with Anthony Bennett.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, Kevin, Mike Brown was just going over the plan with his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Bynum kicks to Carson. And Jack, here we go. Tries again. The shot no good. Good D by Lee. Warriors trail by 5. Right side Curry. Thompson. Tries to keep it alive. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Golden State's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Bergeron. Lonzo G comes in for Caruso. Dion Waiters checked in for C.J. Miles. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Jarrett Jack. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Thompson with the ball.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
It sure did. I mean, that was a very late reaction from the defense there.
Pass to Bynum. Waiters dishes to Irving. Thompson, a screen on Curry. And on the way from Irving for 3. It's money from deep.
Ooh, a pressure basket right there.
Now that's coming through in the clutch.
Curry outside. Out to Thompson. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lee passes to Curry. Thompson outside. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Tell you what, fellas, he loves those mid-range jumpers. I mean, that's where he makes his money.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, no question the right call at this point. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And the technical free throw is good.
That last free throw was critical. Their only choice now is to go for the 3 to tie.
Irving for 3. That's good.
And they're getting that lead way up there now. I mean, it should be a stroll to the